Okay, we gotta make
so
our
we have to
own.
make our own donkey of the day.
Pants all put with a little Pampers.
So the donkey of the day, in our opinion, is Chicago cops are under investigation for sexual assault of immigrants living in the police station. Now, we all know that Chicago is a sanctuary,
cities.
And the Texas governor and the Florida governor, they've been putting people on bus loads
just sending them
straight to Chicago.
The previous mayor would get so upset, like, okay, we are a sanctuary city. Can you give us a heads up that people are coming?
So if you have been to Chicago, even in the suburbs out here where we live, you see migrants on the corners now.
With the little signs and the little whole family.
The whole family.
And we figured that they probably are migrants because we never saw families.
Families, more and more and more.
Yep.
Okay? So now they're starting to sell stuff like flowers and things like that. Because now they're starting to probably figure, people don't want to just give us much, so we got to sell
find
something.
a way to entice them to.
So we got all these people, these migrants all over the city, all in the suburbs.
People still upset that they're being put in some buildings that's in people's neighborhoods.
They don't have any place to put them. Right. So a lot of them have been sleeping in police stations.
Yeah, on the floors.
So when we heard that there are some Chicago police that are allegedly sleeping with these young girls, young ones, little kids.
That just makes you...
It says Chicago police are investigating their own officers who are accused of sexual assault against newly arrived immigrants, including now pregnant teenager who were living at a police station, according to the Chicago media. Chicago Sun-Times reported that one of the officers responsible for covering the neighborhoods of Lawndale and Little Village is accused of doing this teenage girl and impregnating them.
Oh, no.
No age was reported. The newspaper reported that multiple officers are under investigation for sexual crimes, both internally and by an independent accountable firm.
Oh, don't this make you sick to your stomach?
Well, how they found out? The Civilian Office of Police Accountability said the department received a complaint on Thursday, triggering the internal investigation.
Wow.
The investigators are currently determining whether the facts and details of this allegation are substantiated. We want to assure that the public that all allegations of this nature are of the highest priority as we move swiftly to address the misconduct. It's unclear if the officers are on leave as the investigation progresses. The Sun-Times was unable to substantiate if any potential accusations were forwarded to the county prosecutor's office. Since April, the Tribune reported 22 of Chicago's police stations, 22, are housing hundreds
of recently
arrived people. 22 Chicago police stations are housing hundreds of migrants.
Oh my goodness. In the last year, what?
In the last year, nearly 11,000 asylum seekers have come to the city. Many on buses, courtesy of Texas Governor Greg Abbott.
You mentioned
11,000 people brought here on a bus from Texas.
And DeSantis, they figured, you guys are sanctuary cities, take them all.
Now, if anything goes with this investigation, Governor Abbott should be held responsible as well.
Okay, I didn't.
If I was these civil organizations, not only would I sue the Chicago Police Department, the city of Chicago,
you sue the governor.
I would sue the governor of Illinois
for sending them there,
and I would sue the governor of Texas
for endangering their lives,
for endangering these people's lives, and I would sue the city of Chicago because you don't open yourself up to be a sanctuary city.
Thank you.
And you don't have any place for these people to go.
Yes.
ACLU, right? They should sue all of these people.
Yeah.
So I know they looking at it, and I know they watching.
Not looking good.
I know they watching. They trying to see what's going to happen with this because it's going to be a lot of lawsuits going. DeSantis is getting sued. Governor Abbott is getting sued. The cities are getting sued.
Courts are being filled with a lot of these little things. On top of that, Trump and all of his issues.
So taxpayers, not only are you paying for the migrants to be here and for room and board and all this other stuff, you don't have to pay out these lawsuits.
I told my sister yesterday when I heard this on the news. I was saying with all that's been going on with starting with the Floyd, it was before Floyd, but when that George Floyd incident, police officers knee on his neck, making sure police officers are turning their cameras on when they are going after pursuing people and not quickly using their guns to take lives, hitting them in the back when they're not a threat to them, and de-escalating versus escalating, that kind of issue. With the spotlight being on police officers all over this country,
you would think they would.
Think they would be better.
They're morons.
Why would you, as a police officer, a law enforcer, a person that's supposed to protect us, protect people that come in the city, people that's at your station on the floors, laying down, sleeping, just trying to find a place to stay. Why would you violate those women?
No, children, they teenagers.
Why would you violate them as police officers sworn to protect? That made me so angry.
So my thing is, what other word do you want me to use other than moron?
I don't even know.
What word?
What's a word worse
when you
than
know
moron?
Everybody watching you? What's a word that you want me to use other than moron?
Did they honestly feel like no one was going to say anything?
They can't speak English. Nobody's going to say nothing.
They don't care about them.
They don't care about. These people have been treated like scum.
Oh my goodness!
From the time they come over here.
Yes, they were. Ma, what'd you say? Yes, cattle. For the Texas people to put them on a bus
and ship them out,
and DeSantis to put them on a plane,
and even Biden,
be gone.
Who gives people an app and says come back next year or 2 months or 3 months
for your court date? And you know Mexico is taking advantage of that, holding them back so they can't go on their court dates.
So the Biden administration has dropped the ball.
Yes,
all of them have dropped the ball.
Yes,
the governors have dropped the ball. Everybody has, but yet they pouring billions of dollars into Ukraine.
Thank you.
And there's a lot of Ukraine people here too.
Yes, we've met one lady from Ukraine.
And they actually staying in people's houses. Now, why are they in houses and these people sleeping in police stations?
Thank you.
See, I don't like that.
Well, I just got so upset. Anytime I hear anything with our law enforcement not protecting like they sworn to do.
You're supposed to protect and serve.
Oh. So we'll see where this goes. This is allegedly.
Yes, allegedly.
Okay.
True says they probably felt that they don't have the rights to hold them accountable, and it's despicable. That's what I'm saying. They treat them like, and that's the same way DeSantis. Despicable. The same way DeSantis and Abbott are treating them like that y'all stupid, get on the bus and gone.
Yeah.
Not thinking that it's not going to come back to them and somebody going to sue them for that.
People have been dying or trying to get help because they're fleeing really probably
they're fleeing a bad country to come to a country that's treating them like crap.
I know. It's like, Lord, what is going on?
I feel like this, and people didn't like when Obama did it. You do better putting them on the bus and sending them right back to where they came.
They said he did send back home
He sent back more people. And then Trump was like, Obama sent back more people than me. He did. You know why? Because he didn't want them sleeping at police stations.
And getting assaulted. Violated. My God. And he made sure that families was together.
Putting them in cities that can't hold them.
Thank you.
You do better, in my opinion, even though people will say it's bad,
I know.
Putting them on a bus and sending them back where they came.
Their chances probably staying in those countries that they're dealing with they wouldn't be violated. We don't know. But to come to our country for the freedom and experiences that everybody has been talking about, and these young women allegedly are being violated by our own. It'll be different. I'm not saying it's any better if it was somebody in the streets. But
they putting them at police stations because they probably feel they'll be safe.
Thank you.
They probably like, okay, let's open up the police stations because they're on the street. Anybody can mess with them.
Anybody can bother them.
Well, you know what? Anybody can bother them at the police station.
If they do find truth to this, after all of these allegations and all the investigations, those police officers need to be put under the prison.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
You are so wrong.
And one of them, I don't care what investigation, if one is impregnated, all they got to do is a DNA test.
Yes.
And buddy, if your DNA comes back, she don't need to speak English.
And all of y'all should lose, if y'all found guilty, lose your pension.
No, not only that, they should be criminal.
That too, I'm just saying, don't keep no pensions.
They always get to keep their pension.
They do?
They always
Even
get
for a criminal thing.
They always get to keep their pension.
That's not fair. But go ahead.
But yeah, like True said, it's despicable. So
when
I don't
heard
like that
on the news, I got so angry. And I know our previous mayor, Mayor Lightfoot, she probably is really angry.
She shouldn't have never said there was a sanctuary city in the first place.
But I'm just saying, she wasn't expecting her own, our own police.
No, she wasn't expecting Abbott to send 11,000 people over. Why would you open yourself up for that? You know they're gonna do that.
But one of the things that she did say is she said, "Okay, we are a sanctuary city. We're not gonna take that back. But can you give us heads up so we can prepare?"
I don't even know how you could prepare for 11,000 people.
Well, you can if you know they're coming.
How? 11,000?
Well, not so much 11,000, but I think if you're giving heads up and so much time, I don't know how much time it takes to get a building ready, because they did it at the school for the summer.
That's still not 11,000.
That big old building in the south suburbs where a lot of the residents are mad there.
I don't blame them.
Let's think about it this way. Hold the people in your little Texas area for 3 months.
They not.
Renovate the big buildings.
No, because if they
know.
No, because what Abbott and them would say is, where are we supposed to hold 11,000 people?
I don't know.
See, that's what I'm saying.
I know.
You said you don't want us to put them on a thing and send them back. So you take them. You want them. That's what I'm saying. People didn't like Obama when he did it. In my opinion, that's more humane.
But why couldn't
it's more humane?
But think about this, what you just said earlier, like what Obama did when sending them back home. Why did the Texas group just send them back?
Because Biden opened up the borders.
Oh.
And gave these people an app and said, gave them a day. It's Biden's fault. That's why I'm telling you, this man is not going to be president.
He might be.
I am not a Democrat and I am not a Republican.
I don't know.
Both of these people that's running for office and in office are morons, in my opinion.
Yeah. How they going to handle this is the big debate on stage when they do stuff.
Biden has what is he doing to secure the border?
I don't know. That's always been one of the issues that's been in the Republicans' view, as far as they're not being tight on it. Trump claimed the wall was going to be built.
He didn't do anything either. He dropped the ball, building walls and people flying over and coming over.
And coming on planes. He talking about walls.
I'm going to build that wall. That is not the answer.
And make Mexico pay for it.
Which none of that happened.
So
he was a moron too. He didn't have his thing is,
love her word. He fixed it though.
He didn't have a plan either.
No.
His plan was to build a wall.
How many migrants have gone to the other sanctuary cities too? I wonder.
A lot. Remember, they sent
so they got 11,000.
New York is inundated.
Okay.
All
the sanctuary cities.
All of them are inundated.
Okay.
All of them.
Wow.
Thousands and thousands of people are coming over. And then we know it's not to just this country. We saw what everybody was looking at, that stupid submarine or submersible or whatever that was, trying to draw attention over there, while hundreds and hundreds of people fleeing their country to go to Europe and places was drowning in the ocean.
Thank you.
But nobody was looking at that because they was looking at the 5 billionaires or whatever on this submersible.
All that money they paid and their lives are just gone.
But that's how they take your attention away.
Yeah, yeah.
Just like you said, the Supreme Court have been passing stuff all month.
Yes.
But everybody's mind was on affirmative action and the student loan.
Yes.
Now they didn't pass all kind of other stuff about the criminal law and all these other things. I was telling her,
I said, I need to read up on, if you guys have been reading, Supreme Court had to take back steps with the whole What do you kill them when you kill them in
Yeah, I know
prison?
what you're talking about.
What do you call that when they're dying in prison?
I know what you're saying.
They had to do that laws, and certain states don't have the that law in place where they can kill the person for murder. Or
Yeah.
whatever. I forgot what that's called.
I know what you're talking about. Capital punishment.
Capital punishment.
But
There you go.
everybody's looking at affirmative action. See, that's how they do the shiny object.
It's over here.
They keep you over here, and they keep your
And they
attention.
writing and stuff,
and then
changing laws over here.
They did that all throughout
Trump
Trump's.
did that.
All throughout Trump's. I told you he's the barking dog in the yard. That's why. See, you keep saying, why are they supporting him? They want him in office because he's the guy that takes the attention away from all the stuff that they're doing. That's why they want
now
him.
the attention's on him now.
Well, all the attention is on him, but there's laws still being passed in Congress. Nobody's looking at it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. They know how to, he's a shiny object. So y'all got to stop with this shiny object and hold people's feet to the fire on these type of stories.
Yeah.
Because this will get lost.
Yeah.
Something's gonna come and happen, and we're gonna be
not
talking
gonna
about
think about it
we're gonna be
anymore.
talking about Britney Spears getting slapped by a security guard.
Thank you. Or Keke Palmer's boyfriend.
Or Keke Palmer's
shade while they
boyfriend
on the social
throwing
media.
shade. Meanwhile, back at the old K Ranch,
We hear on the news about the 2 babies they found deceased.
yeah,
Put in garbage bags. That kind of news really needs to be on top because we need to make sure.
and we do both. We talk about Britney Spears getting slapped, and we also talk about stuff like this.
Right.
To me, it's about balance.
Yeah.
It's about balance.
We give you a little bit. All areas of the news.
We're not the sharpest crayons in the box. So this is not a news story. I mean, a news channel. If you're tuning in here to get the news where we give you updated,
We give you opinion.
I say moron. She says that's wrong to say that. I say go and research yourself and find out more about the story.
It was funny because I used that as a selling point to watch our show because this is our opinions. You know, opinions is like a fragrance you spray in the air and it blows away after a while. That's just your opinion.
Yes.
Oh, your opinion stinks. Well, okay, it stinks.
It's
so
still
what? You
my
don't have
opinion.
to listen to it. I was trying to on Facebook. You know how you see somebody make a comment about something, and they were talking about one of my friends was talking about Juneteenth.
Yeah.
And they were celebrating happy 14 days after July 4th or something.
After Juneteenth.
After Juneteenth. And I was like, and one person was saying, what does that mean? What do you mean by that? And they kind of gave the background of, still justice is not in our going on and all of that history of, we didn't find out later that we were free, but yet we're still going through systemic racism and all that. And I gave my little update about how I'm grateful, even though we were slaves in this country, that the whole July 4th was the freedom from the British rule. And I take freedom as it comes to us. Freedom that way. Yeah, we were still slaves. Freedom that to the slaves. And we're still dealing with being free. And my sister and I talked about being free as a Christian. You're free indeed when you are free in Jesus. But one of the person replied and said, I'm not really taking well what you're saying about you take freedom as it comes. And then that was my way as a commercial. Why don't you tune into one of our the Woods Report shows? Because we give our opinions on various things. And we talked about that subject as well. So
and it's just an opinion.
They tuned in.
And what people got to understand is your opinion today may change.
Yeah, that's
somebody
true.
may go back and say years later, whatever.
You said this, Lenore.
You used to believe this. Well, I don't anymore. I've changed. I might have listened to some things, and that's what it's supposed to happen. You're supposed to grow. You're supposed to your knowledge or the way you feel about certain things, or maybe you felt this way. Maybe you might be more conservative now than you were before when you were younger, or vice versa. You might have been more conservative, and now you're a little bit more liberal in your mindset and about things. But that's the way things are supposed. You're supposed to see people have a mind and a thought behind something,
and they've grown in some ways, whether good or bad.
Yes,
you could still,
But as long as the core being of that person stays the same to me, and I like to believe that the people who watch us I think the core of them is good.
Yeah.
They're not intentionally trying to hurt anybody.
We're trying to be common sense people.
Yeah.
Just like thinking with common sense on some stuff.
Yeah.
And I remember one of my friends she said, I said, well, what's the problem with common sense? Nobody has common sense anymore.
No, it's not common.
It's not common anymore.
It's not common anymore.
And that's kind of scary.
It's not.
When you start thinking about people and how they're thinking and their twisted thoughts.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, my sister and I were talking recently about a lot of times that's demonic influence.
I think so.
That they're blinding them from a truth of something. And
well, you said you was going to study Father Forgive Them when
Jesus was on the cross, and the Pharisees and the Sadducees, all of them was
everybody
trying to take his life. And he said, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do.
We always hear it saying, Father, forgive them, because they're influenced by, the devil.
And
they don't know what's going on.
Trying to take his life.
They don't know what they're doing.
For blasphemy and all that they felt
they're out of themselves. They being influenced by something. But we had thought of another take on
side of that could be, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. They don't realize who the power that I have,
right?
And they're trying to take my life. They don't realize taking my life
is really
going to cause some.
It's going to end up saving theirs.
Yeah,
they don't understand. They don't know what they're doing. They don't know the whole plan.
Yeah,
they don't know the whole plan. So that's a good one of scripture if y'all want to read on that.
Them, for they know not
read on that passage and give us y'all feedback in the comment section on what y'all think. If y'all have any revelation of that, when he said, "Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do," was he talking about more of them being maybe a covering over their eyes, where they thinking spiritual? They don't realize
physically.
And
spiritually.
Or is he saying they know what they're doing, but they don't know the plan? They don't know it's going to backfire on them.
Thank you. You killing me is going to change the world.
So that's a good one. That's a good one.
Okay.
Truth says no one seems to have a good plan. No one. On both sides.
Thank you.
And she says, yeah, it's scary how many laws are getting passed while people are distracted.
That's what they do. They say, let's talk about the Ukraine thing, and then you sign over the affirmative action thing.
And meanwhile, we're on the verge of World War III, and nobody's talking about it.
Thank you. We won't tell that news until later.
When they tell it, it'll be a day to go out and get toilet paper. Then everybody's going to want toilet paper.
And the water's all gone.
And then everybody's lined around the building at the grocery store. Prepare, because you're going to have to stay in the house for a month. They'll tell you that the day before.
Yeah.
So then everybody goes out to prepare for a month.
Now
to stay in the house.
It's still in the news about the UPS. What is it, UPS?
UPS may go on strike.
If UPS go on strike, y'all.
They said that not only people think, oh, well, you just won't get your packages. No. Businesses won't get inventory.
Yes.
Which means it affects all of us.
Domino effect.
It affects the economy. It affects you going to the grocery store, you going to the store.
Yeah.
Forget about Amazon.
Yeah. So, yeah.
So all of that, all we ask is do what we do. We follow the stories of Britney Spears getting slapped and falling in the mud.
Make you laugh and kind of chuckle.
And we also follow the stories of what's going on in Ukraine. Or you have be balanced.
A little bit of everything.
We're not asking y'all to be conspiracy theorists, because they get on my nerves too. Everything is a conspiracy theory.
Really?
They probably made Britney Spears getting slapped a conspiracy theory.
Wow.
She's an alien. They that security guard sensed that. And that's why he slapped her, because Britney's not real. Just like Michael Jackson wasn't real.
Or she had another reason, another motive when she went after him.
It's always a conspiracy theory. And even if it is, I always tell people this with the conspiracy theory. What does that have to do with you?
Thank you. This just gives them something to do and talk about. Just something to talk about. To make their life a little bit more exciting. So,
if you think Beyonce and Jay-Z and the Illuminati, don't listen to her music. What does that have to do with you, honestly?
I don't know. Just give them something to talk about. Let's give them something to talk about. All
right, y'all. So that was it. We had our little book here, but I gave it to our cousin.
I know. She wanted us to sign it.
So we're going to order some more, but we have a joke book out, guys. We do a joke of the day on all of our social
easy to input
media.
on Amazon. I just went the Woods Report.
Yeah.
And it came right up.
Yeah.
Okay.
In the beginning, it didn't. That's because you sell a certain amount.
You're kidding.
If you sell a certain amount, just like on YouTube, when we first started, you would put the Woods Report in some Woods,
another news thing.
Yeah, another thing came up. Now, if you put the Woods Report, we come up.
Thank you, guys.
Yep.
Keep making comments and what is it? Liking,
comment, and subscribe.
And subscribing. That helps.
Always believe. And that was another Woods Report.
Did you read everybody's before we close?
Let me see. No one sings. Yeah, it's scary how many distracted.
Okay.
And True is laughing.
Have a good
weekend. All right, y'all. Oh yeah, because we don't do the weekend.
Right.
Well, we do members only on the weekend. Yeah. Join our members, our channel, members only. We do tape on the weekends, but that's personal stuff.
Yeah.
Things like that.
We could have taped today.
Oh, we sure could have. No, they don't want to be on
They
tape.
didn't want to be.
No, everybody don't want to be on YouTube and stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
And especially our family, because like our family know a lot of people and stuff. A lot of famous people.
They don't want everybody in their business.
And we know famous people.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
we don't.
Okay,
and famous people like us because we don't be in like putting that out there.
We understand privacy.
I was having dinner the other night with
Denzel.
Yeah,
he came over and ate a steak.
True says good night. Have a good weekend.
Okay.
All right, True.
All right, you guys.
Like, comment, subscribe. Always believe. And that was another Woods Report. See you later.